Hello everyone and welcome to Moonride, where we're channeling the man in the moon. I don't know about you guys, but the news is going so fast I can't even keep up. Every 15 minutes something's happening, and in the last 20 minutes I got a text from the fabulous Lena Rodriguez after our conversation where it pretty much says the words quid pro quo. And one of the texts that was revealed today by Volker, I think it was Butler, who was the ambassador, said, I think it's crazy to have this quid pro quo in return for dirt on Biden. He literally says those words. It's kind of like, how much more evidence do you need? I'm murdering you. I am murdering you. It's not just the act of murder. They're literally saying they committed a crime. Look, everybody, somebody's going to start really talking. Otherwise, they're going to go to jail. There are many people who are at risk right now, and this is going to blow up like an explosion. Now, I'd like to see kind of a timeline of what happens next, so maybe we feel a little bit safer and we have some control over this. But again, I just want to tell you, it's over. Trump is done. There is no way he is going to survive this. Somebody's going to want to keep out of prison, and they're going to start talking. But let's see if I can figure out the timeline here. And I'll tell you, they're popping in here. Recently, two lovely women I'm working with, Anne and Anita, have been telling me, Arcturians want to talk to you. And I've been resisting, but I think they are showing up. Okay, they're showing up now. No, they get along with the man in the moon, so there's no conflict here. But they are showing up, and that's who is going to be speaking for me today. Well, it is pretty deep. Whew, it is a deep feeling. Many of you might know that I am not a trans channel. I don't leave my body while Spirit is talking, but this is a step closer. Okay. Can you tell us, Spirit Arcturians, can you tell us what's going to happen on Earth, especially in North America? What's going to happen next? I'm seeing rows and rows of prison cells. There are a lot of people in those prison cells. It's funny because Ivanka, sometimes she's in the cell and sometimes she's out of the cell, and it's almost like she's visiting each of these people. It's funny because she's walking up to her father and he's in prison. She's not in prison, but he's in the prison, and he's really mad at her. It's like she said something, and she's kind of saying, sorry, I'm sorry I ratted you out. And he's so mad at her. It's like head is exploding. I'm just going to tell you, Ivanka, if you're watching, save yourself. Save yourself. The ship is going down. It's funny because it's almost like poverty too. She's got a little tin cup and they're like putting small amounts of money in there. So I think that a couple things is that they will get Trump financially and his family financially. It also feels like, everybody's being affected financially. And to the point of poverty. It's funny, she's giving the cup to me. It's like, why are you giving the cup to me? Oh, you know how the expression, everybody's putting their 2 cents worth in? Everybody's putting their 2 cents worth. So each of these people in prison is contributing information. Maybe others who didn't go to prison are contributing. A couple of people get off. Not Giuliani. He's not going to get any. He's not going to get any sympathy. Hmm. I get Giuliani's doing really badly. Like he's doing really, really badly in prison. I've seen before that he doesn't survive this. I mean, I literally see them. I don't know if this is literal, but I see him just dying. I mean, I see him like getting beaten. I don't know if it's. I don't think he's really going to get beaten, but man, is that guy miserable in prison. I think Trump looks to have lost his mind. He is so crazy that he's just like ranting and screaming and running around the whole time, and his face is all red, and he can't stand it. He can't stand being locked up like this. Oh, you know, Trump's lawyers, there was another lawyer earlier on. Looks like he's getting in prison. I don't remember his name, but he keeps showing up in prison. I mean, his face keeps showing up. I'm not sure if he's in prison. I wonder if he isn't one of the people that starts talking. He was the lawyer that was Clinton's lawyer, right? He was Clinton's lawyer for impeachment, and he's still around there. So I don't know if he saves himself and turns him in, but he's around. Anything else about the bars in prison? Hmm. So here's an important point, I think. There are senators around, and they're looking at the prison, and they're going, I'm not going to be the one that goes in here. So they are starting to turn on Trump. We are not seeing this, but I would say as of today, they are starting to make the decision, if they haven't already, to abandon him and save themselves. You notice only a few people have made any comment. Jim Jordan, for example. But there aren't that many people who've gone out and made strident comments in support of Trump. There are few people who are willing to do that at this point, and those who have are starting to regret it. Hmm. Jim Jordan, he is the exception. He's almost going to continue screaming, but he will be that one exception. McConnell, no longer invested in this. He's kind of like, yeah, just lock the door. I don't know. I'm not visiting. Never see you guys again. Hmm. Hmm. So, Spirit, can you tell us about events? Okay, I'm sitting in the Senate. There are lots of Senate hearings, but there seems to be one that's particularly important where it's on live television and somebody just drops the mic. You know, like some revelation happens that they're really astonished about. It's essentially like in Watergate when I think it was Howard Dean came and said the truth. Who else? Dems are looking really good. That's another thing that happens is that the Dems, this is the moment for the Democrats to shine and come out fighting. So here in the courtroom. Oh, I'm seeing the impeachment. Roberts is the judge, but he just does this with his gavel. I don't think we go through the entire impeachment, as I've said before. Let me make sure, but I don't think we do that. It's kind of like thud, it's over. So I think it might even get to the point where they're going to vote and then he leaves. They might get that far. But Roberts looks kind of bored and kind of disappointed, like, oh, I missed my chance to be the judge on TV. Yeah, he keeps just hitting that gavel down. I don't quite know what that means. What does that mean, Spirit? Why is he hitting the gavel? It's over, and I don't know what that means either. What does it mean it's over? It has a feeling of over before it got started. So we may not even see it go that far. It's a snap. He just kind of goes snap. So Spirit, is this going to mean that, they're just going to let him off? Just to be sure. I'm not getting a happy McConnell. Okay, so when I ask that question, I see Mitch McConnell's face, and a tear goes down his face. He looks down. He's kind of ashamed that he has blown it. Yeah, and in his mind, he's thinking, I almost got away with it. We almost got away with what we wanted, but not quite. Kind of like that, dang it, I missed. So Spirit, what's anything else? What will be useful for us to know and be prepared for? I'm seeing a garbage dumpster with the side ripped off of it, and all the garbage comes out. Everything's going to come out. That's a feeling I got. We're going to see all the garbage. Just, sit back in satisfaction. This is the kind of garbage that comes out so quickly, you cannot fight it. It's like, Trump's always good at, harassing people and making up stories. He cannot make up stories about every single piece of garbage as it's coming out. He just can't do that quickly enough. Nor can Fox News. They don't know how to handle that. It's almost like they're speed talking to try to talk over the truth. People are getting really mad at Fox News. They're throwing their glass, they're drinking from a glass and they're throwing at the television set. It's a lose-lose, because the Fox News commentators who are on the right are looking bad. The Fox News commentators on the left are looking bad to the people who watch Fox News. It's like quite a mess. I keep seeing Shep Smith. And somebody throwing a glass at the television because he's speaking. To me, this means that Shep Smith is right. He is the voice of reason on Fox News. And people are getting really upset that he's saying the truth, but they can't stop him from saying the truth. And literally the TV screen cracks. And it's funny because it's like those old TVs you'd see in the 60s, really big old TV. Right, so it's like middle America TV. So why do I keep saying Shep Smith? I think Shep Smith he might be somewhat instrumental in announcing the truth to the viewers that Trump has done. There are some protests going on. There are some clashes on the street between Trump supporters and non-supporters. Again, please be peaceful. Please be careful. I don't feel violence, but I feel like this. I feel like there might be violence on one side, but if the people who are anti-Trump, if they remain calm and they remain peaceful and they try to avoid some direct contact with them, that will be key. I think it will work, but put a little bit of space between you and them. You do not need to get in a physical altercation. What you got to do is get on television and show your power and support, just like Martin Luther King. Now remember, that marvelous man was so peaceful and led such a peaceful group of people. That is what people remember about that time of black civil rights, right? They remember that, and they remember the horrible violence from the racists. So just go, confront, but with as much peace in your heart as possible. Confront with love for America rather than hatred for Trump. And I would even say that in my mind as you go forward. This is extremely important, right? Nothing could undermine the cause worse than violence on both sides. Show up and show up with power, but you do not need to go anywhere for violence. This is the thing also. It's like the kind of anti-Trump people look like they are greater inside. There's like a division between the two of them. And those people have become, I'm going to say, 4/5 of the people. And only 1/5 is left supporting Trump. I think that if only, it may not even be a physical altercation or presentation you have on the street. This may just be showing me the number of people who are going to change and support impeachment. Spirit, will it be peaceful? Can we count on peaceful transference of power? I get a little feeling like this is not decided yet. It's up to us. Don't be manipulated by the media or other people. Come there with a pure heart, because I actually see two marionettes being, moved like this. Don't be manipulated by that. Show up, but don't show up as a pawn. Show up as a person who is in earnest and an American. That is what will win, right? If we show up in this way, that is what will convince the final 5% of people. There's going to be 20% that support Trump no matter what. But there's, a conservative 5% that will go, okay, we look at them and they were peaceful, right? And don't forget movements like Martin Luther King's. That really changed my parents' minds. When they watched that and they saw how horrible that was, that's when my parents, who might have been kind of neutral and they didn't really understand civil rights, they were not aware of this, that's when they changed their mind. Don't be a doormat, okay? We don't have to stop being such wimps in the media and not following up our questions, but show up with a pure heart. Show up as an American, right? Who believes in your Constitution and wishes to represent that in a free society. That's what's needed right now, right? And remain calm. This is going to be like a really fast-forward movie. It's just going to rock your boat so much. If you like politics, this is going to be really fun. If you're not into politics, this is going to be like a crazy roller coaster ride. You can just pop your head up once in a while and see what's going on. But it's going to go fast, fast, fast. Like poof, 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 poof. Pelosi's smiling. Schiff is looking very satisfied with what happens. I see lots of Democrats, and they're happy with what happens. And they show up fairly powerfully in this image. It seems like they finally figured out what they are and what they're supposed to do. One thing about America is we're all trying to find our identity here. Who are we? What does it mean to be American? Does it just mean to make lots of money and who cares who we bomb as long as we make money? This is a question that's been being asked for a while, and we haven't really had a great response. Now we're being compelled to say, what does it mean to be an American? What is that Constitution about? How does it work? Does it need to be changed? And how does it need to be changed? We've watched presidential powers increase for the past 40 years to a very, very powerful level. And now the Senate is going to come and match that power, and maybe even after this have a little bit of an edge over the presidency for a time, which may be the best thing for our society. Or should I say American society? One more thing, and that is that America has a great role in the evolution of our planet. And when I say that, I don't mean that only Americans are evolving in this way. I don't mean that at all. But there is some key thing that we need to do in the United States of America that is really going to add to the society, really going to change the way that consciousness is on this planet. It might just be happening through the United States because it's a powerful country and it's a wealthy country and it influences all over the world. It has so much potential. But there is something that we needed to do. So don't take this too much to heart in the sense that we needed to go through this to figure out who we were. That is part of the lesson here. We needed to go through this to come to the conclusion that we are not that. We are not America that kills 1 million people in Iraq. We are this, we are not a bunch of racists. We are this. Yeah, we are not a bunch of people who divide and bicker and fight over the crumbs that are left to us. We are a plurality, a group of people that, whatever color we are, represent the United States against a much more evil force than we really could have ever had from the exterior, because it was an interior fight. So understand that many good things have happened despite Trump, or in a sense, in the face of Trump. We have shown who we really are. So remember these lessons that we have learned, because in a way, they suit us. They also help our consciousness to move forward. Thanks so much for watching.